card in the deck for Joey C. He makes his straight, Hellmuth makes his flush. He could lose a sizable chunk of change here.
Cata, chips in hand. Bets 10-3.
No chance Hellmuth's folding. Have to see if he puts in the value raise here or waits to get more on the river.
Ready to play poker like a true warrior.
I know, I can't get enough of this stuff. I love poker. This is my second day out in the world. Yesterday I popped into the world and I woke up this morning and I did my hair. I just felt like I feel super alive, like a 16-year-old with a rebirth.
You look like a 16-year-old. What's up with the hair? Why did you decide to do it?
I don't know. I had that hankering last night. I said if I still feel
Look like a 16 years old.
that hankering in the morning, I might just do it. I did it.
Like a with a mohawk.
The loose cannon's been staked 100 grand to play and keeps all money above the initial 100,000. And the loose cannon with the most dough at season's end earns an NAPT passport worth 50K.
See a little poker game.
A little poker game. This is the big game. Nadia Magnus is currently the leading loose cannon for that North American Poker Tour passport at over 63 grand in profit. So David still has a few nights to try to run her down.
Action begins on Joe Cata.
You know, the appearance in poker is important, so they just change the appearance, thay đổi ngoại hình của mình để thể hiện là mình là như nào đấy, là mình rất aggressive hay là mình rất là loose hay mình rất là tight.
Perkins has shown he likes to play a lot of hands already.
Rất là tight.
He calls. Williams with ace
Chơi rất
queen
là
suited.
loose.
This is a decent spot for a re-raise since you don't want to see a flop with this hand multi-way and out of position.
And there's the repop to 9,000. Lock folds. Action back on the original raise Hellmuth.
I'm in this hand, I can talk, right?
Last night, Hellmuth had some issue at the timing of Bill's table talk.
Am I allowed to talk because I'm in the hand?
It's kind of considered inappropriate when someone's studying to talk.
Studying what? Don't cards have to be out to be studying? Cards have to be out to study something.
Hellmuth folds.
Please, buddy. I mean, you know, if you want to cross every etiquette line, that's fine. But I mean, at
I
least
think
know you're
cards have
doing
to be
it.
out. Can we make a rule that cards have to be out for studying?
You want to change the etiquette of poker? Go ahead. But I would like to study them, and I'd like to have my minute or two.
All right. We can't make that rule for this special situation, TV? No? All right.
Show a 4, David.
I got nothing. I'm out.
Can't. Perkins folds.
Come on, show a 4 or 6 or whatever it is.
I'll show my hand if you tell me what you had and you don't lie. The whole world will know you're a liar.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you have?
Ace 3 offsuit.
Ace queen
I
of
was getting
spades.
it all in with you, so we can run out 70,000 if you want all day.
Oh, I wish you just called and he called.
I'm not
A lot of
calling
people talk,
I'm
yeah.
gonna re-raise. I'm
Tiếp theo
waiting
mình
for him-
He called.
ra
I'm
một
waiting for him to make
anh này
moves
kiểu
on
rất là hay.
So is
Là
Hellmuth
11
raised, we'll take a look at the
W
rules of the
bracelets
big
in
game.
the
Each table lasts exactly
World
150
Tournament.
hands. The action pre-flop
11
is
lần.
pot limit,
Đây là cái
then
giải
pot
lớn
limit
nhất
after the flop.
của poker.
Blinds are 2 and 400 with a $100
Một tượng đài
hand, all
poker
of
đấy.
which is paid by the player on the button. And every player begins with at least 100 grand but can reload for up to $500,000.
Chris, the poker brat, has already had his eye on David Williams, and he's apparently picked up on David's aggression. That time David had it, but through 32 hands, Williams is playing nearly half the pot.
VPIP là volunteer, put money in the pot, rất aggressive.
The table lead.
However, there's not always a correlation
Raise
between being
30%.
active and being profitable. Williams is stuck over 23 grand.
There's 2 guys I expect to come over the top of me really weak today, and I'm ready to play with them.
Me and Joe Cata. Me and Joe
Just like last week, where they 3-bet me and I 4-bet them 4 or 5 times.
Well, it's hard for me to 3-bet you, so don't worry about it.
That's true.
Action on the cannon, looking at queens.
Hello, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Fishman raises. Perkins folds.
Did you fold already?
Insta.
10 deuce suited for Williams.
Okay, and then a 10 dude suited. I mean, I don't know why he played with 10 dudes suited though.
Re-raises
That's
to
not the top
5,200.
end. He raised it
Catapult.
Williams is
To
trying to
show.
isolate the loose cannon.
Back to me.
to show
52
that
total.
To me, when someone asks if it's back on them, it's the biggest tell in the world.
Fishman
that's
calls.
a 2-bet, right?
Almost
I
like
know
it's
that.
too good to be true
And
for it to
that's
be your
3-bet.
turn again.
The flop.
It's a 3-bet.
5-4 tray, open ender for Williams. Action on Fishman, who checks.
You'd think he'd want to bet that flop and not let D-Dub get a free card, but he's playing in flow and checking to the razor.
Williams actually fires 7,800.
Despite his name, I can't imagine Fishman would fold here.
Make it 15.
He re-pops. Actually, it's 15-6. That's the min raise.
This is a small value raise, and Williams does have the odds to call.
And David does.
Both players trying to get a read on the other right now.
The turn, king of hearts.
Fishman does not look happy about that king.
And checks.
You have to wonder if Williams picked up on that.
Fires 20,000.
Looks like Williams realized what a great card this is to bluff at. This is the biggest pot so far for the loose cannon, and he doesn't even have an overpair anymore.
He doesn't have an overpair anymore.
For some reason, that was the one turn I didn't want to see. Or did I?
If Fishman's face or hesitation didn't give it away that he didn't like this king, his talk sure is.
No, I don't think you have it anymore. Wow. I'm gonna change my mind.
We've seen a lot of loose cannons get bluffed by the pros and lay down big pocket pairs in spots like this before.
Yeah, pick on cậu này.
Fishman calls.
He call.
He's made the right
Trying
call.
to pick on.
The river, 7 of clubs. Fishman checks.
Fishman checked pretty confidently there, and he called a big bet on the turn. Let's see if Williams fires another bluff here on the river.
He doesn't. And Fishman shows the winner. And this hand now puts David Fishman as the most profitable loose cannon by 8,800 over Nadia Magnus.
Nice call.
I was sure David had nothing too.
I have nothing. I just couldn't beat queens.
I was gonna guess your hand was Queen Jack or something, but
Watch out for the calculus, man. Mr. Inverse Laplace transform himself.
David Fishman takes the pole position away from Nadia after that hand. Now let's see if he can keep it. The big game is just heating up. More from Las Vegas coming your way after this. Welcome back to the big game in Las Vegas, where David Fishman now leads Nadia Magnus in the chase for the NAPT passport.
Earlier this season, Russ Harlow briefly passed Nadia, but he couldn't hold on and lost it all.
I just gotta stay this way. I gotta stay focused. I can't let it get away. I can't let it get away.
This is just hand 37 out of the 150 we'll play this week. So much time for anything to happen.
Of course I'm supposed to snap, yes, but I thought, can I?
Yeah, once he says two pair, it's like.
Kata raises.
My words exactly, Phil.
This Phil calls. Fishman on the button. King 7 suited. He's playing.
That's a pretty loose call.
Perkins is in too. Same with Williams.
Most of this field is going to be pretty happy to be in there while Fishman and Perkins are in the hand. And to be honest, they've all got much better starting hands.
4-10 Trey. Williams hits top pair. Perkins bottom pair.
I'll check.
And he checks. Williams checks. Kata checks. Same with Phil.
Fishman's got the least amount of equity in this pot. Looks like he's going to fire at it in position.
36.
He does, 3,600.
This bet would look pretty strong, but I don't think he'll get Williams to fold top pair.
15,000.
Forget about Williams, it's Perkins that repops.
Perkins has got the second best hand. We'll have to see if it's enough to take Williams off top pair. To make this call would be for just about half his remaining stack. Nice try, LC.
Williams shoves. Cat is out. Same with Hellmuth. Fishman folds too.
You make a move on me. You making a move?
Got deep pockets. What are you looking for?
Looking for.
What were you just looking for, though, physically? You just looked.
More chips.
Oh, no, that's what all in means. It means there are no more.
Perkins with just a pair of threes.
Action or comedy? What would you rather see?
A little bit of both.
Action and comedy?
Yeah.
Action comedy.
Because when you call, that'll be the action, and your hand will be the comedy. We see what you're called with will be the comedy.
Good answer. Oh, you really beat me up. You know, the junkie in me so wants to call you.
How much is it?
19,000.
That's 19,000?
That's it? Oh, shoot.
You might be double reverse psychology. You might have nothing.
One chip.
You might have nothing.
What if my nothing's bigger than your nothing, though?
Got a pair of threes, dude. That's all I got. Does a pair of threes scare you? Three. All right, I fold. Damn.
Perkins folds.
Show him the bluff.
Show King 8.
Show King 8.
Show King 8, the
Show
only
something.
hand that
Show something.
can only turn into...
I thought maybe he had King 10 or Queen 10 or Jack 10. David Williams.
Hellmuth got it right, and the same can be said for David Williams, who's always been considered a big event bridesmaid until recently.
You know Jack 10 because
I've been playing
đấy là cái loại bài mà cái hand mà mình start with. So Jack 10 có thể make straight. So Jack 10 is a possibility.
Easily say that after winning the World Poker Tour,
King 10 is okay, but Jack 10, I like Jack 10 better.
The 2004 World Series of Poker main event, which was a way bigger tournament and for huge money. I mean, $3.5 million there, and this was 1.6. It really felt like, I mean, to be cliche, like there was a monkey off my back. I mean, it was the biggest relief. I was in tears. I look back, I don't have any regrets anymore about the 2004 World Series of Poker. It's unbelievable to say the difference I feel. I mean, I literally don't have that nightmare anymore. It's such a blessing.
David Williams is also an accomplished Magic the Gathering player, where, oddly enough, his favorite spell to cast was Monkey Off Your
Wait a
Back.
minute, guys.
Very solid. Nice. Action will begin this hand on Phil Locke.
Get a little intel on you.
Playing one-handed this week after the recent ATV accident.
Wow, this guy got the 3-4.
Gives a whole new meaning to short-handed game.
Raising to 1,200. Kata also suited. Calls. Hellmuth also suited. Calls. Fishman also suited. Calls.
Somebody's been watching Daniel play a little too much.
I'm out.
Perkins folds. Williams not suited. Calls.
This is the most family-friendly multi-way action you'll find on TV this time of night.
Jack deuce 8, 2 diamonds. Williams checks
Locke's got ace high.
and checks over to Kata.
Kata's got queen high and a gut shot.
And he also has chips in hand.
Well, he does have all red.
That's 4,200.
Phil's got one over to go with his flush draw.
And he calls.
Fishman's also got a gut shot, but he and Kata are blocking each other's outs.
So Fishman folds. Williams is out. Same with Locke. From 5 on the flop to 2 on the turn, which is the 10 of diamonds, an action card.
Absolute worst card in the deck for Joey C. He makes his straight, Hellmuth makes his flush. He could lose a sizable chunk of change here.
Kata, chips in hand. Bets 10-3.
No chance Hellmuth's folding. Have to see if he puts in the value raise here or waits to get more on the river.
He just calls.
Kata drawing dead.
The river, 5 of spades.
See how much more Kata fires into the abyss here.
That would be 18-5.
All right, now let's see how much Phil raises.
Probably supposed to be raising. Let me just count. I call.
Phil just calls.
I'm guessing I'm beat then, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just keep repeating your mantra. I won the main event. I won the main event.
And Phil just won nearly 73,000 in that pot.
Yeah, you're supposed to be raising with that.
Nice free
Time I
hand,
had a
Myth.
king high flush on this show. Antonio showed me an ace high flush. And he bet 10,000 on the turn, same exact bet.
Joe just bought a new house with heated floor, so hopefully that'll help him get over the cold decks.
Meanwhile, it looks like Lady Luck is finally smiling at the poker brat here on the big game. See if he can keep it going when we
That's
Raise here,
cool,
waits to
man.
get more.
from 5 on the floor. And he calls.
Fishman's also got a gut shot, but he and Kata are blocking each other's outs.
that's a
It's a 50
bad
hole.
gut shot, yeah.
Williams is out. Same with Locke.
That's all a bad gut
From
shot.
5 on the
From
flop to
William.
2 on the
3
turn,
out.
which is the 10 of diamonds, an action card.
Absolute worst card in the deck for Joey C. He makes his straight, Hellmuth makes his flush. He could lose a sizable chunk of change here.
Kata, chips in hand, bets 10-3.
No chance Hellmuth's folding. Have to see if he puts in the value raise here or waits to get more on the river.
He just calls.
I would raise in that situation.
Kata drawing
Hey, you
seven.
want to bet?
The
Them
river,
in.
5 of spades.
Let's talk about it. Masturbator.
Have to see how much more Kata fires into the abyss here.
That would be 18-5.
All right, now let's see how much Phil raises.
Probably supposed to be raising. Let me just think. I call.
Phil just calls.
I'm guessing I'm beat then, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Just keep repeating your mantra. I won the main event. I won the main event.
And Phil just won nearly 73,000 in that pot.
Yeah, you're supposed to be raising with that.
The last time I had a king high flush on this show, Antonio showed me an ace high flush. And he bet 10,000 on the turn, same exact bet.
Joe just bought a new house with heated floor, so hopefully that'll help him get over the cold decks.
Meanwhile, it looks like Lady Luck is finally smiling at the poker brat here on the big game. See if he can keep it going when we come back.
Well, I'm just a crazy Texan. I think I'll bring a special type of flair to the game. I won't play as tight as the pros, but I will be strategic. I am like the loose cannon in that I'm an unknown. I think they will spend some time trying to figure me out as well as figuring out the loose cannon. Maybe easy, maybe hard. I will be shifting gears up and down the whole game to try and keep them off balance.
It's much tougher to figure out a guy who clearly doesn't care about the money. Backstage, I saw one of his $100 bills smoking another $100 bill.
Dealer? Reload for 50?
Joe Kata adds on another 50,000 bucks.
It's important to be well stacked in a cash game so you can get paid when you do
Hey,
finally
welcome
show
to
down
the
a
stream,
winner.
guy.
In his previous
Welcome
big
to
game
stream.
appearance, Joe Kata lost more than 86
I would play
grand.
some
We'll help
poker
with the
later.
game and winning all the money.
I would play some
What's new?
some poker, some cash game.
And action
Tournament.
begins on
I
Phil.
don't know.
King Queen.
So Helmut got king queen
Raised to
here.
2,000. Fishman.
Why he raised?
King 8.
King queen's
Fold.
good. King queen's a good starting here.
4 Trey for Perkins, who calls.
Make
Yes,
it
that's what
straight.
he calls shifting gears.
Queen 5, David Williams. Out. Lock folds. Ace Queen for Kata. Calls.
Kata's got helmet
Ace queen
dominated.
you should raise that.
Perkins,
You
Fugats.
should raise that.
6
Three
Trey
bet that.
6. Perkins from worst to first for the time being. Kata checks.
Hellmuth looking like he wants to maintain
So,
that
that's
pre-flop
really
lead.
good plays. Just call and check queen ace queen.
Bet 7,000.
That's a C bet. Follow up bet.
Perkins calls.
He called because he
And
doesn't
frustrating
believe that
folds.
this.
So far,
he hit this
Perkins
flop.
has once again outdrawn Phil Hellmuth.
Hindi na.
7 of diamonds on the turn.
Hindi na chat. So,
How much
raise
you
it to a high card.
Oh, I see. 50. Okay.
And then
I check.
And he's right.
Checks.
Perkins
go.
right.
4
Perkins right.
diamonds on the river.
Perkins improves to a better 2 pair, but it's essentially the same
Is it
hand
2
he had
pair?
before.
Check.
Hellmuth checks.
It's actually not a very good card since it doesn't really add any value to his hand, and it puts a 4-card straight out there.
Scared of you, Phil.
Doesn't look like there's a ton of value in a bet here.
Well, there's a bet of 2,000.
That's the standard 1/10 river value bet.
Still scared of him.
Why don't you raise that? Show some gut. Raise that.
Called 7,000 on the flop, huh?
Certainly confusing. Phil really can't beat much of anything, but it's such a small bet.
Hellmuth calls.
Spite call.
2 pair.
Good. Perkins wins a pot of nearly 25K.
2 pairs, good.
Guy sticks Phil with the thinnest needle value bet of all time, and all we get is a wry smile out of Phil. I feel cheated.
Now Perkins is stuck only 27 and
It's
a half
full
grand.
I had you on 9-10 offsuit. I knew you were getting desperate.
I'm getting desperate.
Yeah. But I didn't think 3-4 offsuit. I didn't know the depths of your depravity.
I'm still upset about the hand that he raised
I
me on
didn't
my
know
move.
the depths of your depravity.
Now you know I'm just a straight degenerate fish. Supreme Donkey #1.
Supreme Donkey #1 sounds like a combo meal at Taco Bell.
Supreme
Well, that
Donkey.
loss didn't even seem to bother Phil. Quite a change.
Hellmuth has been on the big game 3 other times, and things haven't exactly gone his way. He lost over 95K his first table and 100,000 on his next time out. After dropping another 89 and change on table 3, Hellmuth was down 285,000.
Well, this week,
285,000.
45 hands, so he's only
It's down
slightly less than
285,000, man.
200 grand.
That's a lot of money.
Only. Well, Phil can find that as couch cushions.
Fighting for the whole season.
The Cannon, who's turned a nice profit so far this week, folds.
4 tables.
Of course, Bill Perkins is in. Same with Williams. Lock. Ace-7.
Okay.
Oot.
You're not gonna play Ace-7 and you have a mohawk and you dress yourself like a maniac
Ace-Jack.
and you don't call Ace-7. I mean, so you dress yourself as a maniac and you play like a nit.
2,000.
Raises to 2,400.
This could be seen as a steam raise, but Phil's got a legit hand and the best one.
Somehow he's right. He goes Ace-Jack.
Give me the 2,000 you gave me last hand back.
So you raise it.
That's
Perkins calls.
Burn.
So does Williams.
Raises with connector and call with connector.
3 to the flop.
William called with
Tray
King
9
5.
deuce, 2 spades, top pair for Perkins.
Perkins has again outflopped Phil. I have a feeling that any C bet is going to be C-alled.
Action on Hellmuth.
I think he's just checked now.
55.
He's C-bet
Fires
too often.
5,500.
He's C-bet way too often.
min raise.
Perkins
Min-raise.
raises to 11 grand, and Williams folds.
Perkins has given Phil a really good price to call if he thinks his overcards are live.
Hellmuth does make the call.
Might have been a little more spite in that call as well.
Why?
6 of clubs on the turn.
It's like a history
Hellmuth
thing.
check.
History thing. So he called. I guess history between the two.
Perkins fires 9,000.
Time to let it go, Phil.
Top pair.
What's going on here? Businessman's running lucky, huh?
Phil folds.
Donkeys get lucky.
I wouldn't say you're doing too bad. You're up a good amount.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you have beaten this, Phil? Maybe?
No, I had Ace-Jack. You had me. Nice hand, buddy.
The businessman.
Donkeys get lucky. I'm telling you guys.
Businessman is running him over.
Maybe that should be your nickname, you know? Minted by Phil Hellmuth, the businessman. Hey, it's the businessman.
Let's do some business.
Like Jay-Z says, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman.
I'm a business man.
Home of the big game. Right now, the businessman Bill Perkins has climbed closer to even after back-to-back
Well, this
wins.
table he's up
No mean.
78,000.
Meanwhile, David Fishman has joined the Poker Brad as the only player showing a profit.
Fishman's just one big blind over Nadia Magnus after 46 hands, but it's not enough to
David's
sit on.
playing
so
good
Bruce
there.
Cannon still has some work to do if he wants to win the NAPT passport.
Meanwhile, Phil Hellmuth's 4th run going much better here at the big game.
All I ask, you can keep beating me, Potts. Just when I have the over pair and you have top pair and we put in about 100 each.
Don't hit the
Yeah, don't hit the weird thing, yeah.
Don't hit the weird out.
Because you're gonna put a lot of money in with one top pair, and I'm gonna have the big pair when we start really
I'm gonna
playing.
catch. That's my style. You're gonna be looking for insurance, and you're not gonna want to pay the vig, and you know. Then I'm gonna hit, and then you're gonna go walking off the stage somewhere.
Got it all scripted out.
I got it scripted. It's
5 limpers, ace jack for Fishman.
Just so long as you get all the money and get the worst of it.
Pot.
Oh, the cannon gets everybody's attention.
Fishman's almost got the best hand.
You haven't played a hand since the Eisenhower administration. All of a sudden, you bet in the pot. In the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. Respect.
I agree. Respect.
No respect.
Williams shows no respect. He calls. Locks in 2.
That's annoying.
Same for
David's
Kata.
very annoying.
Wow, this is so sick.
This is so sick.
The rest of these pros are giving Fishman about as much respect as Rodney Dangerfield.
Fold. This is very dramatic.
I'm dramatic because you'll see, everything will make sense later to you.
At least it gives you credit.
Because I limped in with a huge hand because I'm running bad. Now I'm thinking about re-raising. That's what's going
I
on.
know what you're thinking. You're just thinking about it a long time.
Not a good spot to re-raise.
I'm supposed to put the money in, but I'm not going to.
Phil folds.
Finally.
I'm gonna check in the dark.
Cannon's checked in the
He
dark.
folds
It's an
10,
interesting
wow.
move from an
Very
amateur.
tight.
The flop. Ace, deuce, 5, 3 diamonds. Kata flops a straight. Fishman, who
Yeah,
checks
flop
in
a
the dark,
straight.
has top pair and a flush draw.
He flop a
Williams
straight,
is set.
but
Things are about to get real
there's
in
trip
here.
there.
Williams
Wow.
bets 12.
It's gonna be a big pot guy.
Williams just bet 3/4 pot with a very strong hand, but it's not the best one.
Lock folds.
It's not as good as Kata's, who's got a straight.
He just calls.
Lights, camera, action, flop. Everybody's got something.
How much you got behind?
Fishman's got top pair and a big flush draw.
48 more
48,000.
behind the 60 total.
You got. You put in for an extra 50, right? So
This is a really tough spot for the cannon. Either a call or a fold would be acceptable.
He calls
check in the dark.
and checks in the dark again. King of hearts on the turn.
I'm all in.
David Williams shoves.
The only thing Kata's behind to right now is a flopped flush. We know David's only got a set. Having a straight puts you in a tough spot here because you cannot improve. If Kata's behind to Williams, he's drawing dead. And if he's ahead, David Williams is likely to have a lot of outs. Kata's getting about 2-1 on his money, which is decent odds. Joe Straight was beaten by Phil's flush just a few hands ago. Let's see if he can make the right call
pot
here.
pair up, then he got a full house. If another diamond show up, then Fishman's gonna get a flush. Kata
Fishman still to act
needs to be
behind.
all in here, all in. But it's a flush on the board, so don't fall. I mean, they just call, so.
And Kata lays
Oh
down
wow,
straight.
it's really.
Man, I don't want to know what you laid down. That might make a difference.
That was a brutal spot for the kid.
If either of you guys want to ask each other a question, I have one for you for the next time.
Ace queen with the diamond queen.
This should be a much easier laydown for Fishman.
I'm gonna give it up.
Fishman folds.
I don't want to see that.
I would pay money to see that hand.
How much would you pay?
I'll pay $500 to see that hand.
You will pay $500 to this hand.
Right now.
Send the money.
I would have busted you.
He'll pay $5,000 not to see it.
Wow.
Ship the 500.
Well, David Williams is nearly back to even, thanks to the $500 bonus.
I had the best hand. I had the best hand.
But D-Dubs got all the money.
Thank you.
Oh my God,
He showed the hand.
Straight.
How did he know that he got a bad hand, best hand?
Spot, man. It's a tough
How does he
spot.
know he got the best hand? Does the other guy show the card? Show the best hand? So
Welcome back to Las Vegas, where Joe Cata is still visibly shaken after laying down the winner against David Williams on the previous hand.
You might as well tell us now. He said he didn't have a flush and he didn't have a set of fives. What else is there?
Oh, I hit the 3-4. Holy cow.
I mean, that's insane.
I had 3-4 hearts. 90, 96, 7, 8, 9.
Gravy.
Gravy.
Nah, I'm the big loser, right?
Well, I'm stuck 52.
Yeah, I'm a big loser.
You're not a loser, kid. You're a winner in my book. We're all winners in life.
This is so frustrating.
Hellmuth raises with ace-10.
We're all winner in life, guys. So we are born here. So we are winner.
Shows Perkins.
Said he's representing poker well.
Supreme Donkey.
Supreme Donkey, on the other hand.
Mr. Businessman.
The businessman.
Williams
The
folds.
businessman.
I love it. I love it. Let's go.
Locks out 2.
Mr. Value Bet. You just look at me like a piggy bank.
3 to the flop. Trey Jack 8, 3 diamonds. Perkins flops a flush.
Phil's got the nut flush draw. We know he's not going anywhere.
Flower flush again.
Hellmuth checks. Fishman checks. And Perkins slow plays.
The businessman setting a trap.
10 of clubs on the turn.
6,000.
Hellmuth bets 6,000. Fishman folds.
This isn't a very good card for Phil. He may think his 10's the best hand.
Raise
Now that
it.
Phil's let out, it would be a good time for Perkins to try to get some value out of his flush.
Raise that.
Min
Raise
raise.
it. Protect the hand. Yeah.
There's the raise to 12,000.
Every time he said min raise so far, he's had the best hand.
Hellmuth calls.
Perkins has been holding over Phil Hellmuth so far.
4 of spades on the river. Hellmuth checks.
The river bricked for Hellmuth, but Perkins may still be able to get some more value with Hellmuth holding second pair.
Perkins fires 6,000.
Another very tiny value bet.
Hellmuth calls, and Perkins shows him the business.
This she's running so good.
Businessman is turning over queen high flushes.
That's Supreme Donkey to you, sir.
I mean,
Ooh, I was dodging that. I was dodging that ace. I dodged that ace of diamonds. Bullets were flying.
How did you flop 3 diamonds with the 2 in your hand, and then defend against 2 more diamonds coming out? How did
well, I mean, how lucky did I get? I'm check raising them all in on the flop. I did not flush draw, and it's the businessman, you know.
What business are you in, Mr. Businessman?
Well, the commodities trader seems to be in the business of playing hard and fast, Joe.
Pre-flop, he's playing a ridiculous number of pots and showing the others little respect, as shown by his willingness to call pre-flop raises. Perkins also has a very high check raise percentage, which polarizes his hands. It hasn't been personal, it's just business.
Well, the win moves Bill Perkins onto the right side of even. He is up 9,200.
Yeah, I'm putting 50 on.
you peel for the
And
10,
Joe
you
Cata
jack
tacking
it,
on
and
another
all
50
yours.
grand.
Is it Groundhog Day, or is Joe Cata reloading another 50?
This is for real.
He's on me for chat, and you're on me for the min raise. I got nothing else. And now I'm the businessman.
Hellmuth,
No, you started it with me.
6-4 suited.
And I'm gonna finish it.
Calls. Fishman, King 8. Out.
What are we, kids in high school? Relax.
Perkins calls. Williams.
Let's play some
He's
poker.
in. Lock.
Show you what's
Calls.
needs to
Maybe
be
when
done.
these two are in the middle of a pot and you keep piping up and they're studying each other, maybe that's when you shouldn't be talking.
Cata checks, making it a 5-way flop. 6 King 4, 2 pair for Perkins and Hellmuth.
Perkins is best, this should get awesome.
I just want to tell you, the first time, just so you know, he asked me what was the question. So he spoke to me.
Okay, well then that's fair.
Okay.
Wasn't fair to me, though. I didn't want him to say anything.
Action checks to Phil. Fires 2,600.
Is it wrong for me to talk to him during the hand when he wasn't out?
Kinda, actually, when 2 people were in a pot, for one guy in the pot to talk to someone else.
Is it really? Okay.
Nope, just calls.
A master trapper at work.
The turn, the 8 of diamonds. Helmuth bets 15 grand.
Perkins still way out in front. Now he's the one trapping.
Just calls. Off to the river. The ace of diamonds. Helmuth bets 15,000. Perkins.
Oh, I'm f***ing dead. Excuse me, French.
Calls.
I just flopped 2 pair.
I have 2 pair. King 6.
Perkins probably could have gotten in a raise there.
The businessman.
Oh,
I flopped 2 pair also.
Somebody give me some 70s
What kind of car does the businessman drive back in the 70s?
I don't know. Sometimes donkeys get lucky.
Well, quite the turnaround for the businessman. Started the night stuck almost 23K, but now up over 50 grand. Meanwhile, Phil Helmuth once up over $100,000. Still has turned a profit, but it's only a little over 17,000.
He hate me. He was trying to raise you on the turn when he threw that 25 in. When you bet 15.
Would have been a good move.
You might have folded.
Bill Perkins seems like a nice guy, but his needling does come across as a little excessive. Phil's taking it very well.
And now action on Bill after Fishman folds. Ace King.
Big sigh for Big Slick.
That guy plays every hand and he's winning. It's unbelievable.
He's the businessman.
He's just hitting flags. It's crazy. I think you're going to lose I think you're going to lose 100, but I think you're going to spread it around to these guys. I hope I can get some of it.
Well, thanks for the vote of confidence, Mr. Cocky.
I'm just speaking the truth, man.
No, you're speaking your opinion, man.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not the truth. That's just your
So
lowly
my
opinion.
my opinion
I don't think so
is
highly
the
of
truth
it.
to me.
Just because you're married to a woman for 20 years doesn't mean that I'm going to tolerate you.
Perkins raises.
In more than one way.
So relax, buddy. You may be able to push other people around, but not me.
The big talker wins with Big Slick.
Let's keep it friendly, boys. I don't want to have to break up a fight, and I don't want anyone's eyes to get punctured. We had that last week.
You're going to treat me with respect.
Just wait till you see this on TV, that's all. You'll be surprised.
I'm going to start giving out hugs soon.
What kind of world do we live in where a guy with dyed hair and a broken wing makes the most sense? Welcome back to the big game. And there's a look at the trophy and the North American Poker Tour passport given to this season's most profitable loose cannon. David Fishman had the lead earlier, but now trails Nadia Magnus by over 18,000.
We're not even halfway through the week, so Fishman still has plenty of time to catch her again, as long as he keeps his composure.
I just try to get you going, Phil. Come on, relax, buddy. Get you going.
No, you're a very defensive person. You have a big ego. You get defensive very quickly.
I do.
And that's all right, but I mean, but don't throw it all at us. I mean,
no. It's only at you, have you noticed?
Oh.
It's only been at you.
Okay. Fair enough.
The businessman first to act.
I call.
The verbal call.
Honestly, Phil deserves the ribbing a lot of the time, but I feel like you need to earn the right to needle Phil. Am I wrong?
Agreed. Lock calls. Catafolds.
Pot.
Helmuth raises to 2,600.
I know this is impossible, but I think I smell steam.
Come on, Phil. There you go. Fishman. Ace-8 suited.
This would be a pretty loose call, but maybe he knows how Phil plays when he's steaming.
Well, there's the call. Perkins folds.
I fold. I'm out of the hand.
Meet me under the bleachers later.
All of the above, but
Okay.
I think that's a fair assessment.
To the flop. King 7 deuce. All right, this is getting ridiculous. Top pair for Helmuth. He checks.
Helmuth maybe missed a little value in his C-bet there.
Fish.
Yes, we're gonna play some poker now. We're gonna play some game. A 10-5 here. There was snap cam. Snap cam. Just seeing this guy already racing. Okay. Not gonna defend that 10-5. Let's figure out how this guy played first. What happened? Sorry guys. It's freezing. It's frozen. What happened? So how you doing, player? Things frozen. Reset. That's right. Gotta reset. Gonna reset that. We're gonna play top hands right now. We're gonna play tight. Tight. No, I never can play tight. It's hard to play tight. Loose and aggressive and small ball. Okay.
But we know the cannon can't make this call with ace high.
What do you got, a set of sixes? You got to pay it off.
Fishman folds and Hellmuth wins a nice meaty pot.
I think he left it out of you.
Yeah.
So you might not have nothing.
He was bluffing, and I made a mistake and bet the river.
Fishman punted 17 and change. He's still up over 27 grand, though.
Actually, if I lost that one, I would be calm because I've been whining too much, so.
Story checks out.
This story begins on David Williams, King 10.
You'd have got my money. You'd have got my money. I would have snap called with a pair of kings.
Raises.
Yeah, I know. That's why I've been kind of like bummed out that because you were like drawing dead.
Phil calls. Fishman's out.
How much is it? It's a lot of money. Not going to be able to do any business deals, but I'll call.
Perkins calls.
I hope Perkins shareholders aren't watching this.
5 Jack Jack on the flop.
Check.
Perkins checks. Williams checks. Helmuth fires 4,000.
Phil's got the best hand.
That gets Phil's nemesis out of the way. But Williams calls.
Looks like Williams is floating here.
The turn, the queen of clubs.
Crush.
Williams checks an open-ended straight draw.
Phil's still best, but you can see David has decent equity.
Helmuth fires 4,000.
Even a 5 or a queen can counterfeit Phil's hand.
Williams calls. The river, king of diamonds, gives Williams the lead.
Bink.
Williams checks, so's Phil.
King.
Here it comes.
That's the ejector seat straight out of Goldfinger. David Williams.
Moron, mother.
You hit the queen on the turn?
Yeah, I hit a queen on the turn, buddy.
Oh, your 5 didn't hold up.
You think I had a 5?
Or your pair of 7s or whatever it was. I don't know.
I had nothing. Good play.
I'm sure David Williams won't apologize for that one. He joins the businessman, the loose cannon, and the poker brat on the plus side of things, while Locke and Kata continue to struggle. And states Fishman is probably not where he expected to be right now.
Not at all. David had briefly grabbed the loose cannon lead from Nadia, but there's still 90 hands to go, so it'll be interesting to see if Fishman's able to circle the wagons.
All right, guys, that's the end of another night. Dave, you happy with the way you're playing?
Not recently. I gotta step it back up to what I was doing at the beginning.
Hang in there. Phil, are you okay?
No comment.
All right, guys, that's it for tonight. I'm Amanda Leatherman saying goodbye for now. And remember, if you've got the cash and the guts, there's always a seat open at the big game. Good night, everybody.
For Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Rose. See you tomorrow night.
You happy?
I'm in a state of such manic euphoria. If it just can last till I pass away, I'll have crushed the world record for the.
The following is a presentation from PokerStars.com.
For me, it started small.
It started small.
From pool halls in Toronto to poke rooms in Las Vegas.
It's given me a life
I never could have dreamed. The game has taken me around the world. I've seen it all.
From the Windy City to Sim City.
This game can make you a legend. This game can make you a champion.
It may have started small.
It may have started, but now it's the big game.
This is the next generation.
It doesn't get any bigger than this.
You start small and now you're getting the big game. No, okay.
Welcome once again to the big game from Las Vegas. Alongside Joe Stapleton, I'm Chris Rose, where tonight 6 players, including an internet qualifier, will once again be battling it out for
Love
over
poker, man.
$500,000
Poker have
in
big
our state-of-the-art
swing
poker
up and
room.
down.
He's
Big
back.
swing.
It's
Big
the
swing.
Poker
You
Brat.
cannot hit a
We're on
big swing.
100K. He's in
Still
the
locked,
60K
so much luck involved.
Somebody wake up the censors. It's Phil Hellmuth Jr.
Joe Kata, the 09 main event champion, had an early exit in his first big game stint. He's hoping to milk that 100 grand a little longer.
Phil Locke is here with 100K. The sling is from a recent ATV accident where he nearly died. As for the haircut, I can only imagine there was some brain damage as well.
Thankfully, David Williams is all in one piece, and he hopes his stack of 100 grand doesn't take a serious hit as well.
Businessman, entrepreneur, and amateur poker player Bill Perkins has brought his 100,000 with him and a line of pros waiting to play him that stretches to the Sahara.
The loose cannon is David Fishman, a college math teacher from Tempe, Arizona. The 35-year-old father of twins overcame bone cancer in his early 20s and remains cancer-free today. Fishman's been staked 100 grand, and right now he's with Amanda Leatherman.
David, you are a cancer survivor. How has that changed your outlook on life?
It just makes me want to live every single day to the fullest. I just want to go out there and live my life as best I can.
You said that this isn't about money for you. This is about fulfilling a dream.
More so than anything else, absolutely. And the money would be nice. I have 2 kids I want to support. But since I started playing poker about 10 years ago, I've always just wanted to sit down at a table with one pro.
Well, look what you have.
Now I got this. It's awesome.
All right, good luck today, okay?
Thank you very much.
Once again, each cannon's been staked 100 large. He keeps all profits above the initial 100,000. And at season's end, the loose cannon who's won the most money earns a North American Poker Tour passport worth $50K.
Hey!
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
David is chasing Nadia Magnus for that passport. She leads all loose cannons at $63,600. So that's a number David will be shooting for as well.
Action begins on the one-handed Phil Lock. Pocket pair.
It's a decent start.
2-4, right?
Everybody sit with 100.
Thanks for coming. I'll be streaming again with you know, flirting with live dealer, play some live blackjack and
Queen Deuce.
flirt with live dealer, you know, and talk with live dealer.
I think he wanted to get in there already.
I mean, you know you're at least getting called, right? Remember folding.
Figure 82% call, like 16% raise.
I'm only looking to see about. Yeah, you're right.
Williams calls.
That's a pretty loose defend, even with posting any odds aren't quite there.
Jack trade, Jack 2 clubs. Lock still best. Action on Williams. Fires 1,700.
That's a donk bet bluff to try to take this down, but this isn't a very scary board for 2 6s.
Lock calls.
Lock ain't scared.
Ace of spades on the turn. Williams checks his gut shot.
Looks like David may have shut it down.
42.
Lock bets 4,200, and Williams folds. So Phil Lock takes down the first hand of the week.
No.
Come on. It's first hand. It's good for the game. You show me a bluff, I might go crazy.
First hand.
I can't afford a bluff. I got hospital bills.
Not even Tony G is crazy enough to offer that kind of insurance.
Time to look at the rules of the big game. Each table lasts exactly 150 hands. The action pre-flop is pot limit, then no limit after the flop. Blinds are 2 and 400 with a $100 ante, all of which is paid by the player on the button. And every player begins with at least 100 grand, but can reload for up to $500,000.
You know, Chris, they say money never sleeps, which is why this show comes on after midnight.
So what exactly happened?
Okay, so what happened was I was ATVing with a group of guys in Oregon, and out of nowhere, I was going like 30, 40 miles an hour, and out of nowhere, on the sand dunes, there was air underneath me, like in the cartoons, except instead of hanging and like thinking what to do, I just started sinking like gravity would have you. And it was a 28-foot, 8-inch cliff, and I just, 40 miles an hour or so, just bit it.